9+ people within the thing here, so we got a nice call going on right now. But to kind of kick things off, again, I apologize for the people on mobile devices, but it's something I really want to do is, be able to share, some of these new videos that are getting posted. They're phenomenal. So if you haven't checked them out before, they're on viewmavideos.com, like I'm going to be walking you through right now. At least you can listen in if you're on a mobile device. But, these videos truly show how average people are doing above average things. Just go to Vima Video. This is also where, for the newest members, how you actually get to the home event meetings. So if you're at home events, this is where they're all at. All the videos you possibly need. Eric Thomas. Everybody, if you can, mute your mic. I don't know what's going on with this right now. But yeah, so all the videos you want are directly right here. The achievement films. Okay, this is where I'm actually talking about the success stories, the professional videos made on average people. I wanted to show you guys a video that I saw the other day. Actually, it's this one right here. On Jed. Alright? So definitely check this out. This guy, just to give you a quick background, I don't know if he actually goes into it fully, but he told somebody no. He doesn't want to hear about it. No. But what got him to actually check this thing out is they offered him free lunch. Like, hey, you know what? Just come check this out. Let me educate you on this. I'll even buy you free lunch. So you might be a free lunch away from having a star ambassador within your business. So enjoy the video.
Growing up, I did.
Push pause there. I'm going to let it load for a quick second. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Didn't know what success was, but I knew I could achieve it. Raised by a single mother and being her only child, became magnetized to faith and hard work ethic she possessed through the struggles of our early years. A bed to me was the foundation of concrete. From house to house, it was child's play. You conform to my surroundings. 3 jobs was just not enough. Driving an old van that was just reliable enough to run through a tank of gas. That was my life. I didn't know any different. But I knew that the sureness of success is a healthy condition that brought me to where I am today.
Oh, this is fun. Alright, hold on one tight second. I'm just going to let this load here for 2 more seconds, but you guys, I wish one to let you guys understand, we are going to be having Luke Hessler getting on the call tonight to close out, kind of put in a few things to our squad. Alright, so hold tight, get your notebooks ready, because I'm sure, Luke Hessler will be saying something valuable. Clearly, he's, pulled in over $30,000 a couple months back. So he probably has a few things that he's been doing or knows that you might not have been doing or might not know yet. All right, because to know not to do is not to know. So I need to learn from this guy. We all can. So definitely hang tight. He's going to be hopping on this call in the next 10 minutes.
I got to tell you, the first time I saw network marketing, I got excited. I got excited about the possibility of traveling the world, the idea of time freedom, the ability to have options in life. And so I remember that night when I saw the presentation, when I saw the information, I couldn't sleep. I got Vima insomnia. I saw it as a way to accomplish my goals and my dreams. One of my biggest dreams was to retire my mom. And that happened just recently. So it's been a blessing to be able to see your dreams become a reality. And, and also experience things that I would have never experienced. Just recently, I was in Germany, I was in Amsterdam, I was in Vienna, Austria, and I was in South Africa. I was in the Bahamas, And so, traveling to all these different places, I would have never, ever done that in a 30-day span without this business. And one thing that I've seen as I travel all around the world and in many of these different countries, everybody just wants to be loved. I love being able to go out and give people hope. And it's brought me so much joy. But I think the greatest joy in this business is seeing other people achieve their goals and their dreams in a short period of time. And I just want to be able to help hundreds of thousands of people experience the same thing that I'm experiencing today. If you knew you couldn't fail, how big would you dream?
Powerful stuff. Powerful stuff. Again, I'm going to keep this pretty dang short. I was going to go around and ask different people's opinions, what resonated most with them. But you know what? We just don't really have a whole lot of time right now, especially because we've got the David Tucker training at 11. Hopefully we're able to get on that. It's probably going to start at 11:05, so we got a little leeway. We got 20 minutes. So with that, what resonated most with me.
I'll end up just parking on the side so we won't use it anymore.
Everybody mute your mics if you can, please. Sorry, Kevin has such a large group of people. We got to get him back on here. Kevin. Hold tight. There we go. We got you back, Kev. Nice having you. Nice seeing your pretty face and everybody else in the room. But what resonated most with me is the fact that he just loves how this makes people feel. And it's not, money is just a result. Never, ever, ever, say that money is your why. Or say that the cars are your why. Because those are just outcomes. We get to help people like Kelly Bartz, like Brennan Murphy. All right, these people, we can't make claims, cures, these different things. This product is doing this for people for some reason legally. But you know what? You still can check out people's results. Or you can still see, how this has been affecting people. This thing has been so powerful for so many people, and that is what Jed would like most about this. And that is a question I really have for you guys, which people are dropping like flies here. Hopefully they'll call back in. But if you knew that you could not fail, how big would you dream? If you knew you could hit any rank in this company, whether it's bronze, silver, gold, diamond, presidential, ambassador, legend, how big would you dream? That is some powerful stuff right there, because you know what? Every single person on this call right now can hit legend. Right? Whether you think you can or you can't, all right, you can. All right, the thing is, you just have to be willing to grow into that person. You have to be willing to get on calls like this. All right, because I grow legends every night. I'm just kidding. But for real, you have to be able to take the steps necessary. Doing something that you haven't been doing to get that different result that you haven't been getting. So that was really the most powerful thing I really got out of that. But again, thanks for getting on the call. GoPro. I know a lot of people on this have been educating themselves on GoPro. Is someone barking right now, or what's that noise? Anyway, so GoPro. It's definitely something that you don't want to get an analysis of paralysis, or the paralysis of analysis, like Nathan was saying last night. That's one thing. He read GoPro right off the rip, but didn't actually, take that action step. But now he is, and he's been seeing great success. He's literally enrolled 4 new customers, I think, the last 2-3 days. All right. Plus, he's been helping out and actually becoming the leader that he's always wanted to become. And that's not from analyzing, that's from becoming by taking action. Because leaders do not tell people what to do. They do it themselves and show others how to do it. That's why I love this. We're not managers. You can respect a leader, but you don't always respect a manager. But anyways, GoPro. That's one of the things. If you haven't read over it and taken notes and mastered it yet, then you need to reread it, retake more notes on it, and master it. Because as I've been saying these last few calls, is professors do not get paid a lot of money. Okay, for a lot of people that might have to understand how much professors really get paid, that they can actually apply for food stamps. Professors do not get paid a lot of money. However, artists do. Artists are the ones that are able to make a fortune. Because if you master a craft, that is truly how you can be truly successful. Being that person that masters that one punch 10,000 times, not being the person that masters 10,000 or that, practices 10,000 punches one time. All right, being able to tell people, I did that one once, or let me tell you and show you how you can do the exact same thing because I've become a master at it. All right, that's the difference. All right, that's how you're going to get people to respect you. That's how you're going to get really, really good. All right, but GoPro, Chapter 8, just want to go over a few key things here real quick. Honestly, this is the skill number 5, talking about how to actually help people become a customer with an affiliate. All right, you have to get excited. You have to be confident. Your body posture is going to make a huge difference too. Not just the words coming out of your mouth, all right, but how you present yourself as a leader. People will respect you more if you're sitting upright, if you're making eye contact, if you're actively engaging, as opposed to maybe looking down, telling people that you have a good opportunity, and you have the rounded back, and your voice is getting quiet. That is not what a leader does. All right, you're not convicted at that point. But yeah, he was also saying in the very beginning, he was not a professional. There's the 3 main phases. They're pros, there's the amateurs, the professionals, which Luke Hessler is on the call. Thank you for getting on. All right, Luke is still not a professional yet. I mean, he's getting there. It's a becoming process, and that's what he realizes why he keeps growing more and more is because he's getting better and better. But, being professional means you're prepared. My favorite quote ever is, if you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. If you fail to prepare, then you prepare to fail. All right, you got to prepare for the worst, but expect the best. You have to be ready for that case, that comes across you where you're ready for it. All right, you're ready for the opportunity to be able to meet up with Chris and Heidi Powell and possibly get a job interview from it. All right, you have to be ready for it. If I wasn't ready for that, I would never have got that. If you get a chance to meet Eric Thomas, all right, maybe you're going to be able to meet one of your idols that you've idolized your entire life, but you haven't developed that skill set yet, and you're going to blow that opportunity because you weren't ready for it. What if that happens? Are you prepared for it? So, talking about preparation, I'm going to keep this really, really quick because Luke's getting on right now. But, the thing is, you talk about when he became a professional, he was ready to enroll someone on the spot. He gave them the marketing tools. He had the website, had the technology, the computer, everything ready right then. Because when that excitement is high, you have to strike when the iron is hot. All right, you don't want to wait. You don't want to wait for them to make that decision if they're ready to go now. All right, if they're ready, then we're ready. All right, you take one step, I'll take 2. Last but not least, I'm just going to kind of go over this. I was going to go over another page, but you know what? We're consultants. All right, we're problem solvers. We're not here to tell people how much money they should make. Tell them that they need to do this. What we need to do is find, how they could use this. Because a lot of people, this can fit into their lives. This can solve a lot of their situations. They don't realize they might even have the problem. Maybe you have to ask those questions to figure out how this is going to fit into their lives. There we go. Now we got a Pat call. There we go. But yeah, anyways, we are consultants. All right, you're just asking questions. Okay, you're being a great listener. Okay, you want to be interested instead of being interesting. Okay, if you don't feel your ego, feel your bank account. So be interested. Don't be interesting. Luke Hessler, pretty interesting guys in the call, but he got pretty interesting by being pretty interested. So Luke, welcome to the call, brother. I'm glad you're able to hop on. Thank you.
Hey, I'm pumped up to be on this call, man. Thank you guys for getting everybody on here. Honestly, dude, real talk, I'm gonna take a sec. Shout out all you guys. It's like 11 p.m. on a Tuesday, and you guys are all on this call investing in yourself for your future, okay? And we gotta understand that that's not normal, okay? It's really not, all right? Most people at this age, they're watching TV, they're playing video games, they're at home, they're partying, they're doing whatever, but not you guys, okay? You guys are doing something very, very different. And because you're doing something different, you're gonna get something different. So what I want to come on here real quick is just give you guys a little something. I was actually just talking to, I had a 90-day challenge, and before this, and I had my top 20 people, the top 20 producers, and from that last 90-day challenge, we just had a Google Hangout, talking about everything, and I think the biggest thing that I can give you guys is really what it took for me to go from sitting in your shoes to where I'm sitting in my shoes. From where you're sitting on the call being like, here's Luke, he's the one making the money, give me your nuggets to actually being that guy on the call, giving your nuggets to your team, your things like that. And it's a switch. It's a change. But here's the thing. I went over this on the full-timers call today a little bit, but I want to really, really get into it a little bit more. The first thing you guys should take, I'm going to give you guys a couple nuggets, right? That's what I always look for, those little nuggets. The first nugget you guys got to take is this quote. Write this down real quick, all right? It's not what you look at, but it's what you see. Okay, write that down. It's not what you look at, but it's what you see. And this is what I mean by that quote. If you would have looked at my situation when I first got involved in VEMA, it would have been pretty crappy, okay? They talk about how all the odds are against you. That was me. I was a 19-year-old college student. I was dead broke. There was no one within 1,000 miles of me. I had no system. There were no YouTube videos. I had no idea what I was doing. I had a full course load. Before VEMA, just to give you guys a little bit of background on my life a little bit. Before VEMA, I actually had a job lined up after college for $200,000 a year. I was going to be working with my uncle. All I had to do is get like a 3-2 and take 2 years of Chinese. That was it, and get through college. And I had a job in China for $200,000 a year. So when I got involved with VEMA, I dropped everything, like everything. For the first time ever, my grades went through the tank. I stopped caring about school. All right, I had to separate myself from all my friends because all of them were extremely negative. My family thought I was literally on drugs. They thought I went off the deep end. They thought my mom thought she lost her son. And I had all the odds against me. And I don't tell you guys this real quick. I don't say this to talk about myself. All right, I say this so that you guys can hopefully understand and have a little bit of relatability to kind of what's going on here. So, and this is what happened, man, is that I didn't look at that though, because it's not what you look at, but it's what you see. So I was looking at the same situation. Those were the facts right there. But that's not what I saw in my head. Every single day in my head, I saw myself being an inspiration to thousands of people, man. I saw myself being unbelievably successful. I saw myself being able to literally call someone on the phone one day, and simply because I called them on the phone, it made their day. I wanted that power. I saw how it was for Brad, dude. If Brad gave me one call, just one call, it made my entire day. And I was like, I want to be that person, okay? So I was looking at everything was against me. But what did I see in my head? Something completely different. You see, one of the really big skills you guys need to learn in order to become unbelievably successful in this business is you need to learn how to live in the future. Okay? And what does that even mean? Okay, it sounds crazy. How do you live in the future? I mean, you live in the future. All you talk about is where we're going. That's it. That's all you talk about. That's all you think about. That's what you be about, is where you're going. That's why if you guys ever see me go travel and do my stuff, I'll hit up someone that's about to rank advance. I'll be like, yo, what are you going to do when you're making like $1,000 a week with this business? What kind of car are you going to get when you hit diamond? What kind of things are you going to do? I ask them questions that trigger them to start thinking in the future, positively in the future. Okay? All the freaking time. You have to live there, guys. And here's another nugget I want to give you about this, okay? Is that when a lot of you guys think about your future, right now, it's hard for you to think positively, right? Because it's like we've been programmed to live, to see this way, and it's like it's so hard to not see things for what they are, but for what they're becoming. It's so hard to have that depth of vision, okay? But once I heard this quote, it literally changed my whole life. And it was a guy named Bob Proctor. He said that faith and fear both require believing in something you cannot see. The choice is yours. Okay? Faith and fear both require believing in something you cannot see. The choice is yours. When I hit that quote, dude, like it changed my whole reality. Anytime I thought something was going down the tank and I got fearful, it was like consciously, it was like, no wait, it's a choice. I can choose to be fearful or faithful. Because if you guys, I learned a couple of things in college, alright? Number one is that an object in motion tends to stay in motion, okay? And thoughts are things. I don't know if you guys have read The Law of Success, if you guys have read Think and Grow Rich, anything like that. Thoughts are physical things, okay? You guys see The Secret, Law of Attraction? It's real. Okay, I'm serious. It's not a joke. Okay, in Law of Success, Napoleon Hill calls it ether. All right, that's what thoughts are. Okay, so in order for you to change your thinking, an object in motion tends to stay in motion unless acted upon by an outside force, right, or object. Okay, that outside force or object was that quote to me. It was faith and fear both require believing in something you cannot see. It was like wake up call. It was like, holy crap. My whole life I've been living in fear, honestly, and I didn't think it was a choice. I thought I had to choose. I thought my emotions were basically an effect, all right, and were a result of my actions. I had it all messed up. I thought it meant my actions led to my thoughts, which led to my emotions. It's the other way. It's your emotions, your thoughts lead to your actions, all right, and your actions then lead to your results. All right, you have to understand that thinking. You have to understand that the first person you need to sell is yourself. Okay? Here's the question you need to ask, okay? And this is like one of the most important things you need to learn from this call. All right, is that your goal right now is to develop your skills, just like David Cole talked about. Your coach goal right now is to develop your skills so well that everyone quit on you, and it was just you. You have no upline, you have no downline, you have no crossline. You would still be successful. You would make this happen. That needs to be your goal. You need to get to that point as soon as possible. And I knew that in the beginning. Okay, and that's why I literally would, and these guys were asking me on this full-timers call, like, how did I do it with all odds against me? It was literally whatever it took. I would do 23-way calls a day. All right, you want to know what I really did? You want to know my real secret of how I got this thing off the ground? Is that I took full responsibility. All right, I was my own upline. Someone asked me who my upline was. It was Luke Hessler. What's up, man? We're talking right here, right now. This is what we're dealing with. I never expected anyone from anything because my upline was 1,000 miles away.
Hey, everybody, please mute your phones or your calls real quick. Sorry, Luke's trying to go over some pretty important information, so make sure you're muted. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you. But it's true. It's true, man. My upline was over in Arizona, right? So I took 150% responsibility for everything. Okay, and in the beginning, I took so much responsibility that when people would bring people to me, because I was like, listen, you guys do not try and explain this to your friends. You're going to fail, period. You're going to fail. You can't explain it to them. Bring people to me. Bring people to me. And I'd set up 23-way calls a day. Me and Evan would sit up in his room all summer just racking out these calls. But you know what else I would do? I wouldn't just do the calls. I would legitimately follow up for my team. I would build a relationship with their friend, and I didn't even trust them to follow up. So I would follow up for them. We were on Ask Carmen Munder. He was just on the call. Carmen Munder has been on my team for like 2 years. Okay? He's seen it from when I started this thing. He met me when I was Diamond. He remembers me following up on his team for him. Okay? I'm not telling you guys to go out and do that, but you need to have that mindset where it's like, I'm doing this no matter freaking what. And if you do talk to an ace, take it upon yourself to follow up with them. Because you know what? An ace needs an ace. I always knew that. An ace needs an ace. Okay? And I'm like, I'm an ace. And if you don't think you're an ace, change your thinking. Okay? Because you need to know you're an ace. You have to. Because if you don't think you're an ace, how the heck are you going to think your friend's going to believe you're an ace? They're not going to, right? The first person you got to sell is that man in the mirror. Okay? Ask yourself this question. All right? Let's say you're in regionals. We're at regionals. We got our whole team there. Okay? And you can reset. You can pick any upline that you want, any person to be your success coach, and they will teach you, and they will mentor you, and they will give you everything. Who are you going to choose? Think about that. Who are you going to choose? Did you guys just say yourself? Is that who you said? Did you say yourself? Because if you didn't say yourself, you need to get better. Period. You got to get better. That's it. You need to think and know and believe you are the best of the best. And you don't have to be the best of the best right now, because remember, it's not what you look at, but it's what you see, All right? You need to know that you're going to be the best of the best. You're going to do what it takes, okay? Because after I would do these follow-up calls for my team, because I didn't trust them to follow up, I would stay up for 3 hours and I would go through the day and I would learn. I'd look at my follow-ups on my Facebook message, and it's like, what worked well? What didn't work well? What could I have said better in that situation? I recorded my phone calls and would listen to myself talking over and over and over and over and over again. Okay? And I would learn. I would put myself on MP3. I quit listening to music for my first 6 months of this business, and the only person I heard talking was myself. I would play myself on my iPad, listening to myself present, and I would critically critique myself. Because you're going to understand that you're your own biggest critic, okay? And if you can sell yourself on yourself, you will be able to sell yourself to anybody, period. Because let me tell you, the first time you hear yourself talk, you will hate it. Oh my gosh, I hated my voice. I sounded like an idiot, I thought, man. When I saw myself on the screen, I'm like, dude, you look so ugly. What are you doing on the screen, man? Dude, I was just so critical, man. And all of us will be. It's a normal human emotion. But you gotta understand that you get over it, okay? So the nuggets I want to give you guys from this call is, number one, is it's not what you look at, it's what you see, okay? I don't care what your situation is. I don't care if all the odds see against you. All right, if that's what you're thinking about, that's what you're gonna bring about. Thoughts are things. What you think about grows, period, every single time. You need to live in the future. You need to live where you're going, okay? Number two is that faith and fear both require believing in something you cannot see. You need to consciously be aware of that. And whenever you find yourself, whenever you catch yourself being fearful, jump into it, okay? Because guess what? When you're faithful, you're taking 2 steps forward. When you're fearful, you're taking 3 steps back. Have you guys ever thought why they call it being negative? For real. Why do people call it being negative? Because it takes you backwards. Negative from your goal. Your goal is to be positive. You want to take additions, positive steps forward. The reason it's called negative is because it takes you backwards from where you're at. Does that make sense to you guys? That is what it is, okay? That's a fact. That is how it works, okay? So you need to know that. And the last thing, guys, is that what does it take? Whatever it takes. The killer mindset and believing in yourself is the number one most important thing in this business. All the skills, all those things, those will come as a result of that mindset. Because when you get the mindset, it's like, I'm doing this no matter what, and you put yourself in the mindset of a royal ambassador, you're like, a royal ambassador probably knows how to invite. A royal ambassador probably knows how to present effectively. A royal ambassador probably knows how to follow up with everybody. A royal ambassador probably knows how to promote events. A royal ambassador probably knows how to do the basics. And you will do the basics without even thinking about it. Okay? That is my nuggets for you guys today. I hope you guys got some good things out of that call. And a little bit of information. David, thank you, and Charles, thank you guys so much for putting this thing together. I'm freaking fired up, man. I'm gonna hop off this thing real quick though. I gotta hop on Detox call after this. We're having the webinar, so I gotta let you guys go though. But thank you guys so much for getting on here. Hope you guys got some good information. All right.
Appreciate it, Luke.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Wrap them up, baby.
Let's get it.
Let's go. All right. You gonna switch over to the webinar here? Yep.
Yep. We're about to be switching on over. Actually, we're all getting off right now. But in case anybody wants to get together after this webinar, let me know. I'm down to stay up as late as it takes. I'm willing to do whatever it takes. So
who's fired up? Who's fired up? I'm fired up. Who's fired up? Who's fired up, baby? Kelly Bartz. All right, guys.
Hey.
All right, let's get it. I'll talk to you guys
Nice
later.
to actually finally meet you,
Hit me up
Kelly.
afterwards, Dave.
Heard a lot about you.
I'll hit you up afterwards.
Hey, Rod.
Guys. See you in a bit.
Hey, did you guys record that?
Yeah,
You hear me, Rod?
dude. Yeah, it's recorded, dude.